some faces a bit bewildered. They have not heard this greeting at all. Normally you are greeted good morning or good afternoon or good night. And yet, what is so good about the morning? I did read today's papers, but every day when you read newspapers, you read about so depressing, so disturbing things. You know, somebody is raped, there is a bomb that has exploded, so many people killed, so many people married, arms lost, injured. And then you meet somebody and you say, good morning. There's nothing good about the morning. But you keep on doing this thing, good morning, good morning, good morning. There's no meaning. Is there any meaning? No meaning. Two, when you wish somebody good morning, do you wish the person? You're not wishing the person. You're wishing the time of the day. If I meet you in the afternoon, I say good afternoon. I meet you in the night, I say good night. It doesn't make sense. But we keep on doing. It doesn't make sense, we keep on doing. Why do we do this? Why is it that we keep on doing something that has got no meaning, no relevance? Why? At the same time, we have such a wonderful greeting, Sukhi Hotu, with the palms together. This is a lotus bud. And this lotus bud, when you put together, you wish the other person, may you be happy and well always. Not the morning, not only the afternoon, not only the night, but always. And this lotus bud you wish will bloom like a beautiful fragrant lotus. A symbol of wisdom, a symbol of purity, a fragrant flower. Such a beautiful thing. And when you wish somebody Sukhi Hotu, you bring to mind, it is born out of Brahma Vihara. This greeting is born out of Brahma Vihara, which incorporates, which embodies Metta, Karuna, Mudita and Upeka. Just that greeting alone brings all of the Dhamma alive. And you are living the Dhamma. How wonderful practicing Brahma Vihara when you see somebody. Are you familiar with Metta? Metta means, normally they say loving kindness. But I want to share with you some insights. Love and kindness, there is no congruency. It so happened that when they first translated it, the Western mind could only think of loving kindness. Metta is born out of the root word Mitra, means friend. Metta means born out of the word Mitra. So Metta is friendliness, goodwill. Friendliness, goodwill. Boundless benevolence. Benevolence. You always have benevolence to the other human beings and other living beings. That is Metta. So that is something I want to share with you. I hope we can change the thinking on that. Karuna is compassion. Mudita is altruistic joy. You are not only happy with yourself, but you are happy with somebody else's achievements. You are happy with somebody else's happiness. You get yourself happy. If somebody is sad, you are sad also. You share. That is the kind of feeling you have, the vibrations you have for your fellow beings. And Upeka, equanimity. Whether somebody praises you or scolds you, you are very equanimous. It doesn't affect you. You go on just living your life. You're not affected. So it's such a beautiful greeting and we do not use it. Why? I come back to the question. Why? Because we have been culturalized. We have been culturalized. From small, we have been taught in the classroom by our teachers, good morning teacher, and then we wish everybody good morning. We have been so used to doing this, it has become second nature. So I refer to it as a culturalization. We don't think. Even to get out of this good morning, I have to think. So when somebody telephones me, now I've been doing it, straight away I say Sukhi Hotu. Because it's universal. You don't have to be a Buddhist to wish somebody, may you be happy and well always. It cuts across all languages, it cuts across all cultures, all religions. It is a universal greeting. It belongs to everybody. So I am promoting those kind of practices and values and living aspects. All of the Dhamma is straight away there. So we need now to deculturalize ourselves. All these things we throw it away and bring and culturalize what we are going to discuss today. So I want to spend a little bit of time because this is an eye-opener. This is an introduction to what I have been trying to do for the past several years, since actively, very actively, since my early retirement in 1995. I have been focusing on the practice and practical application of Buddhism. If you want to know about Buddhism, there are books and books and books, thousands and thousands of books of Buddhism. You can bury yourself in these books. But what's the use? The Buddha didn't want you to be an expert philosopher or PhD and can quote from page 1 to the next page and say the sutras. He didn't want you to be erudite. He didn't want you to study the Dhamma. What did he want you to do? Wonderful. He wanted you to practice the Dhamma. He who honors me most is the one who practices the Dhamma. He who practices Dhamma sees me. Very clear. So it is not knowledge, but how you apply this knowledge in real life and how you benefit, not somebody else. You yourself will benefit here and now in this life. So we need to focus on the practice and practical application. Not just knowing, but being what you know. Knowing is very simple, but to be what you know is the challenge. And to be what you know, you have to internalize. You have to keep on doing it. Now, this is the one thing I hope you have now understood. And before we go any further, we need to put into practice. I am sure when you came to this hall, you didn't wish each other. Even if you wish, you probably says, Chosan, or Ni Hao, which is nothing, no meaning. Some of you didn't even say that. When I was a little boy, I used to go with my mother. Nowadays you don't find children doing that. I used to go with my mother to the market in the morning. And when I go to the market in the morning, all these uncles and aunties, how they wish each other. How do they wish each other? Huh? Hello, hello, okay. When I went with my mother, and this is in Klang, of course Penang will be something else. They used to wish each other, Sek Pao Me. In Penang you say how? Chap Pa Boi. Now you know. Huh? But today the youngsters, they don't wish each other Chap Pa Boi or Sek Pao Me. They don't know. It's a wonderful greeting. This greeting, Sek Pao Me, was born out of Buddhism. Buddhism went to China in 2nd century BC. But it did not progress because they were so advanced and so developed and having a wonderful time. They have no time for Buddhism. But during the later Han Dynasty, when there was pestilence, then there was war, when there were warlords fighting each other, and the fields lay completely neglected, famine started taking place. People were dying by the thousands, starving. They didn't know what to do. Then they used to go to the vihara and then look at the Buddha image and get solace, get confidence, calm themselves. That's all they could do. They were hungry, nothing else they could do. And they used to go and pray and get some kind of solace, some kind of peace of mind. And that is where the Kuan Yin, Goddess of Mercy, started to bloom, because people could relate to some deity to help them out of their troubles. So when somebody visited or met somebody, they didn't ask, they didn't say, 早餐 or 你好. They said, 食飽未? Have you eaten? And if you have eaten, Chinese culture and Japanese culture, they don't ask questions directly because of faith. So they ask indirectly, have you eaten? If you have not eaten, obviously you are starving, you have nothing to eat. That's why you have not eaten. Not because of anything. And because of the Buddhist concept of compassion, of metta, of karuna, you invite the person to the house and you offer him food. You don't ask sek pao mei for nothing, because inside you have compassion. The Dhamma was already working. Then you practice the Dhamma, give him some food to eat. And not only you give him some food to eat, you also know his family, his wife and children must also be having no food. So you tapao some food and give him to take for his family. That is the culture we have. That is your heritage. That is your civilization. That is belonging to you. But you throw that off and you say, 早餐, copy the Western good morning or ni hao. Wonderful culture, wonderful civilization. You throw it away. That saddens me so much. I am not a Chinese, but I can feel in my body, I can feel in my blood the wonder, the power of the Buddha Dhamma in bringing up such a wonderful culture and people and such a wonderful society. No, we have to go back to our roots and start looking at these things. So I spent all these years looking at the practice and practical application of Buddhism. And one area, one very powerful area, is what we are going to discuss today in terms of wholesome, holistic family life. My broad umbrella heading is holistic family life. Today, this has become a major challenge, a major problem. Governments all over the world are thinking and scratching their head. United Nations, all organizations are looking at family. What has happened to the family? And before that, they didn't even think of the family. They were thinking of the social ills and social crimes. Today, we are looking at social ills and social crimes. Every day you read unprecedented social ills and crimes. We have progressed technologically, we have progressed scientifically, we have progressed materialistically, but the crimes and social ills are unprecedented today. There are more social ills and crimes every day. Not only that, in terms of numbers, the intensity, it shocks you. How is it that this educated, society, so advanced society, sending people to the moon, behaving in such a way? Children who are committing crime, the age level has come down. 9